Hi, I'm Crystal Ann, and this is my response video after reading Right to Remain Innocent by James Duane. In the book, James Duane describes several scenarios where innocent people are convicted of crimes they didn't commit. Several of these innocent people are juveniles who don't have the mental capacity nor maturity to go through such questioning, like 16-year-old Felix, who was convicted of a murder after confessing to it from being questioned. Luckily enough for him, he had a strong alibi that said he was in juvenile detention at the same time as the murder. However, not as many innocent people have strong alibis like Felix. Like Eddie Lowry, who went in for questioning for rape and murder that he didn't commit, but yet somehow ended up confessing to the murder. After 20 years in jail, DNA dismissed him or exonerated him from that rape and murder. James Duane also gives several different reasons why you shouldn't be speaking with the police. One of them being that they're only human. So due to confirmation bias, that they are less likely to admit to their mistake and would rather convince you that their accusation is correct. 2, they have been trained to talk for hours until you give up in exhaustion and talk to them. 3, the legal system gives them permission to lie to you as long as it means that you give up your right to remain silent. 4, the deck is stacked against you, meaning that you can be convicted of a crime even if you had no criminal intent nor knowledge that your conduct was forbidden by law. 5, the longer that you talk to the police, the more likely you are to confess to a crime. 6, you can't trust anything an officer or agent says that is trying to get you to talk. And 7, if you give inaccurate information, you later can be convicted of another offense for lying to the government. In the book, though, James Duane also gives advice on how to speak to the police if you have to. There are only 2 questions that you are required to answer. The first one being your name, and the second one being why you are wherever it is that they're questioning you at. Both of those things should be in present tense. Anything after that, you don't have to answer. You can start by invoking your right to remain silent. However, don't plead the 5th, because a lot of cases have shown that by pleading the 5th, you're already admitting yourself to guilt. So instead, you should tell them that you want a lawyer by saying, "I want a lawyer." Don't add anything to that, but just say that only. And keep saying it until they give you a lawyer. Lastly, from this book, what I learned is that as a parent, you don't really have the rights to know where your child is if they take them in for questioning, nor do they have to ask you to take your child in if your child accidentally agrees to go with them somewhere. And they can be there for hours without your knowledge. For me, I've already had the talk of what to say with a police officer, so I'm lucky in that sense, but also unlucky in the fact that I had to have that talk at such a young age about what to do in types of situations. So my advice is to just follow the rules and try not to find yourself in those situations. And if you are, only answer the 2 questions, which is your name and why you're there. Other than that, don't say anything.